I want you to know, if you're at that point where you're like wanting to quit, it is going to be hard for a little bit, but afterwards it is so good. It is so good. I'm obsessed. Okay. What's up, you guys? It's Michaela. Welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, you should totally click that subscribe button and stick around because the vibes here are constantly immaculate. Honestly, we're just gonna get into today's topic. As you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about my experience with weed and how smoking it really stunted my spiritual growth, and it really stopped me from leveling up for a while. Before we get into this, I'm not trying to convince someone to stop smoking weed. That would be very, very, very hypocritical of me, because if you've never seen my channel before, I have been smoking since I was like 14 until about a month ago. So I get it. If you want to keep doing it, that's your thing. That's your thing. I just want to come on here and tell my experience because this is my channel. And if it can help someone and give someone clarity, then let's do it, because I needed clarity and I never heard anyone really talk about this. I just heard everyone talk about how good weed was and how good it made them feel and all of this. And that made me just want to keep smoking. But right now I have zero desire to be smoking weed. I don't think I will ever go back to it. I just feel like it kind of brings me down. I will get into that. So yeah, that's a little bit of my history with it. I smoked almost every single day from the time I was 14 to about a month ago, and I'm almost 22. So what is that? 7, 8 years, which is a long time to be doing something when you're only 22. I'm just gonna fast forward to the last about a year of me smoking weed. I went on and off with it. I had this hunch that I should stop, but I didn't want to stop. I really liked how it made me feel, and I liked that I could use it as a social aspect too. And I also liked that it would make me fall asleep very, very, very easily. And I could smoke it and I could relax, and yeah, I had never really had any issues with it until the last year of me smoking. So pretty recently I found out that weed vibrates at a 350, I believe, on the scale of consciousness. I will insert the scale of consciousness right here if I can figure it out. So whenever you smoke, it would, if you're below that on the scale of consciousness, it would bring you up. And for me, that was the case for a very, very, very long time. It would bring me up. I would feel good until, like I said, the last year or so, I started having problems. So my hunch is that the last year of me smoking, I was trying to level up. My spirit was trying to level me up, and I just kept smoking because it was something that I was in the habit of doing. It was something I had done for so long that the thought of quitting was scary. It took me a long, long, long time to quit. I just kept getting the urge to quit because every time I would smoke, I would start getting very paranoid. Of course, this is what kept me hanging on though. The first night of me smoking, every single time is amazing. It is so good, and it is the best high I've ever had in my life, every single time. And I believe that even if I went to smoke right now, it would be the best high of my life because I haven't smoked in a while. But after I did it consistently, it would consistently have my vibration lowered. So I was smoking weed, it's at a 350, but my spirit was trying to awaken more and get up into reasoning. We have two different kind of levels, I guess. So the first breakthrough in an awakening is the state of neutrality on the scale of consciousness. And so I had passed that, and I would smoke weed when I was at that, and it would bring me up because 350, whatever that is, I don't know what the word is on the scale of consciousness. Maybe I'll circle it on the screen or something. But it's a little bit higher than neutrality, so it would bring me up. It would bring me up. But as my spirit started awakening more and more and more and more, I was eventually higher than where weed could bring me just naturally. So I would be up here and I would smoke and it would bring me down. And I would be like, why when I smoke do I get super paranoid? Why when I smoke all of a sudden am I getting all these scary thoughts? And honestly, like not good thoughts, like suicidal thoughts. Like it was not good. Every time I would smoke, that would happen to me. And I would smoke to go to sleep. So I would just kind of like ignore the thoughts and go to sleep, obviously. And then I would wake up the next day and I'm groggy. And I almost had an addictive like tendency towards it, because I think I was addicted to suffering, you know? I was scared to level up. I knew what was going on. I knew that I needed to let go of it, but I didn't really know the basis like behind it. I didn't know why spirit was urging me to quit, you know, until recently. And I learned all of that about the scale of consciousness and how, you know, it is an honor to be higher than that naturally, you know, like that is such a good thing. That is such a good thing. So that's really something I had to just rewire in my brain. And now when I think about weed, I just think about the fact that it's going to lower me, and I'm like, is it worth it? And same with alcohol. Alcohol is even lower than weed, so it's like, okay, I'm not gonna drink consistently, you know, and keep my vibration down. Of course, if you want to do it every once in a while, of course, do your thing, because that's not really going to affect you that much, I don't think, if you just do it not that often. But my personality does not allow for that to happen. I'm a Scorpio. I'm very like one or the other. I'm like, I'm gonna do it every day or I'm never gonna do it again. I just wanted to make this video in case someone watching my channel is going through the same thing. I have a lot of people that I follow that are honestly like my friends, and I see them struggle with this, and I can see what's going on because I've been through it. And they say over and over and over, like, I'm gonna quit, I wanna stop, but then they always go back to it, and I get it. It took me a long time to realize, okay, weed isn't bad, you know, and that's what everybody says. And my brain, it was like, no, it can't be bad for me because weed isn't bad, you know? But anything can be bad for you. So I want to go ahead and talk about my experience with psychosis and with my withdrawal stage after I stopped smoking, because this is something super important that I had no idea about, and it was terrifying and I was so scared. And I just want to warn people, because I smoked weed for so long and I never experienced this. Any tolerance break I went on, I never experienced this to this extreme. But okay, so I stopped smoking cold turkey because I was like, this shit kind of sucks. Like I got to the point where I was like, I hate this, because it just brought me down so much. And so I quit cold turkey. I threw everything away. I threw my bong away so I wasn't tempted. I had finished it. I had no more left. I deleted all my contacts on my phone that I would get it from, and I just said, I'm done, because I got that fed up with the situation and me going back and forth. And I was like, if I'm ever gonna quit, this is the time to do it, and this is how I'm gonna do it. So I decided to quit. For the first 4 days, I could not sleep at all. Literally, I was getting 2 hours of sleep. I was so hyperactive. I was twitching in my sleep when I was sleeping, and whenever I wasn't sleeping, I was just like constantly like, I was like, I need to be doing something, like hyperactive. Like I felt like I was on something. I was like, this is so scary. Like, why am I so, like, weed is supposed to make you chill, you know? Why is it that I'm coming off of it and I feel like I'm on something, you know? Like I was like, was I smoking something that wasn't weed? Because I'm having genuine withdrawals But no, I really believe that it was just so much in my system and my body just had an overload of it, because when you've smoked for so long, you have to smoke a lot because your tolerance is super, super high. So you have to smoke so much. So I would smoke a couple blunts, and that's a lot to be in your system every single night. And honestly, towards the end of me smoking, I would smoke 24/7 because I had this like addictive like tendency towards it. So yeah, the hyperactivity. I also was having vision issues. Like I would see tracers, I would see things that weren't there, and I would have very, very, very scary thoughts. And I remember telling my mom that I thought I was going crazy, and I was like, this is so scary, like, and she was like, was your weed like laced, like, you know? But no, like it's not. It's just the fact that I was smoking so much of it that my body was going into a withdrawal because I had so much of it in my body, and then all of a sudden I was like, nope. And my body was like needing it almost. And nobody really like talks about this. I didn't know this was possible with weed. I thought if I did hard drugs, okay, like I would have to deal with that. But I was like, I was never someone that was going to do hard drugs, you know? So I never thought about it. But it happened, and it is so scary. And these symptoms lasted until probably a week ago. It took me probably 2 weeks to get out of the withdrawal stage. But the pros of me stopping are so much greater, and I feel so good. I genuinely feel like I finally leveled up. I feel like I've been on the verge of leveling up, whatever you want to say, like waking up more or whatever. And I have had the second epiphany on the scale of consciousness. So what I was talking, when you're waking up, neutrality is usually the one where people are like, wow, like I am, you know, you notice. And then the next one is reasoning. And I just hit that one. And just like when I stopped smoking weed, instantly I was able to like level up after the withdrawal and stuff, because that brought me down to such a low level and I had to skyrocket back up. But I'm so glad I listened to my intuition and got myself to quit, and I'm never gonna smoke again. I really feel like that. I feel so awake and so conscious, and I feel like life is so much better without it. And I would see me smoking again as a step back and me going in the wrong direction. I'm just so happy to not have to rely on something. I relied on it for so long, and I made the excuse that I wanted it to sleep, which was true for a long time. But after that, I definitely just did it because I was used to it, and it was a habit, and I just kept making that excuse, even though I felt that feeling that like I wanted to quit, you know? I hope this video helped someone. I hope you got some insight from someone that's been through it. I am truly, truly, truly happy at this moment in my life, and I have been for the past like 2 weeks. I just feel like I'm on a cloud, and life is just so good. Everything is going so good. And I want you to know, if you're at that point where you're like wanting to quit, it is going to be hard for a little bit, but afterwards it is so good. It is so good. And I feel like you can even tell in my videos that my energy is just different. I'm feeling myself. I feel like myself. I feel like I can talk freely and just be who I am, and nothing is weighing me down. So again, I hope this video helped someone and you resonated. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you like me down below. Turn the notification bell on. Follow my Instagram, follow my OnlyFans, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye guys.